Captain Pelion, you always speak with much authority. And yet I see, once again, that Grand Admiral Thrawn is missing from your delegation. Any word on when he will be able to participate in the Shadow Council?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top things you missed in The Mandalorian, Season 3, Episode 7.
Bad baby. Oh, it's crazy!
For this list, we're looking at the best subtle details, callbacks, and Easter eggs in Chapter 23, The Spies. Consider this your spoiler alert. What little nods did you appreciate from the episode? Share them with us in the comments. Melu Run. This episode marked a return to form for the season, and we're pretty sure Grogu agrees.
Yes.
While piloting IG-12, Grogu pilfers a favored fruit that first appeared in the animated Clone Wars series and featured in Rebels.
No. Yes. Hey, Grogu, no. Give it no. Grogu, give it back.
In fact, it was a pivotal part of the Rebels episode Fighter Flight. Ghost crew member Zeb went on to use Melu Run as his alias.
Look, don't worry about the Melu runs.
Yeah, Melu runs. We found some, but we lost them. Then we found them again, but we smashed them.
Just cut to the chase, kid.
Wait, what am I hearing? It sounds like...
Yeah, about that. See, well, we stole a TIE fighter.
We saw the fruit again a few times in the Book of Boba Fett. It's a small detail, but background touches like this help keep the series feeling like they're all part of the same world. Death Watch.
How did these others survive?
We were hidden on the moon of Concordia.
Were you Death Watch?
Death Watch exists no longer. It's shattered into many warring factions.
Din Djarin grew up believing that his orthodox religion, the Children of the Watch, defined the Mandalorian way. However, based on the name, fans suspected the group was related to Death Watch, a terrorist splinter group introduced in the Clone Wars. Episode 7 confirmed that the Children of the Watch was one of several factions descended from Death Watch.
Our people have suffered time and again from division and squabbling factions. Mandalore has always been too powerful for any enemy to defeat. It is always our own division that destroys us.
This has special significance for Bo-Katan, who was once a member of Death Watch, fighting against the pacifist Mandalorian government headed by her sister, Duchess Satine Kryze. Praetorian Guards.
We already received your request. 3 Praetorian guards. Sounds like someone is concerned about an assassination attempt.
Moff Gideon is back at last in this episode, having set up a secret base on Mandalore. Wisely, he requests Praetorian Guards to protect him. And a lucky thing he did. Paz Vizsla's last stand sees him decimate Gideon's shiny new jump troopers. And for a moment, it looks like he's beaten the odds after all. Enter the Praetorian Guards. Recalling the Emperor's royal guards from Return of the Jedi, the Praetorian Guards were introduced as Snoke's bodyguards in The Last Jedi. Evidently, they were already around decades before that. Like Snoke's personal guard, the 3 that slay Paz Vizsla wield vibroblades with electroplasma filaments, but their armor is much more Mandalorian in design. Become a Watch Mojo channel member and get exclusive perks like Mojo emojis, loyalty badges, priority comment replies, and exclusive members-only content, including live list rankings with the Mojo staff and peeks behind the scenes. Don't miss out! Gideon's Dark Trooper Armor.
Disarm him.
Do clothes make the man? Well, they can definitely make a man more formidable. Gideon is decked out in sharp new gear. Dark Trooper armor forged from Beskar. His original outfit evoked Darth Vader's, thanks to lights on the chest panel and a black cape. This new armor is more Mandalorian in style, but the horns on the helmet recall Darth Maul, which may even be intentional on Gideon's part. During the Clone Wars, Maul took over Death Watch and Mandalore, and killed Bo-Katan's sister Satine. for Bo-Katan. Seeing those horns as another villain takes over Mandalore must be bringing back some pretty awful memories.
You're Satine's sister, aren't you? I'm so sorry.
Cloning projects.
I also hear whispers, Gideon. You held Pershing and were attempting your own experiments on Navarro.
The creation of clones is your obsession, not mine.
The Emperor's return in The Rise of Skywalker felt like it came out of nowhere. However, the franchise has been backtracking to better set this up. The Bad Batch shows the nascent Empire scrambling to recover Kaminoan cloning technology. And in The Mandalorian, fragmented Imperial forces are pursuing similar projects. Presumably, all these experiments will eventually lead to the creation of a Palpatine clone, which could be Brendol Hux's Project Necromancer.
Perhaps it's time we look to new leadership.
Hear, hear. Project Necromancer is in place for that.
However, we also learn that Gideon's own experiments were outside of the Shadow Council's purview, and that he wants to draw together elements of cloning, the Jedi, and the Mandalorians.
You see, every society has something to offer. The cloners, the Jedi, and even the Mandalorians. By aggregating the best of each, I will create an army that will bring order to the galaxy.
The cloning vats he passes suggest that he hasn't given these experiments up. The Shadow Council.
The New Republic is vulnerable, but we must be cautious and show no sign of our true strength.
After the Battle of Endor, the Empire's forces scattered, losing ground to the newly founded New Republic. However, a secret advisory council, the Shadow Council, sought to govern the Imperial remnants. Introduced in the canon Aftermath novels, it presumably disintegrated after the Battle of Jakku, which marked the end of the Galactic Civil War. However, in The Mandalorian, we see that it's reformed. As of old, it includes Commandant Brendol Hux, father of the General Hux we meet in the sequel trilogy.
You'll have your reinforcements. And your guard.
Portraying Brendol is Brian Gleason, the brother of Domhnall Gleeson, who played General Hux.
I'm the spy.
What? You?
The episode also brings us the live-action debut of Captain Galad Pelion from the novel Thrawn Treason. Thrawn.
Grand Admiral Thrawn's return will herald in the re-emergence of our military and provide Commandant Hux enough time to deliver on Project Necromancer.
Galad Pelion urges the Shadow Council to hold fast until the return of Grand Admiral Thrawn, a major name drop that foreshadows events to come. The fan-favorite villain originated in the 1991 Legends novel Heir to the Empire, and was reintroduced into Star Wars canon in Star Wars Rebels.
Whatever happens next, happens to both of us.
That's the idea.
Galad Pelion served as Thrawn's loyal subordinate. Thrawn was last seen disappearing with Jedi Padawan Ezra Bridger into hyperspace. Having promised to find Ezra, Ahsoka is on Thrawn's trail, and his mention here sets up her upcoming miniseries, releasing in August 2023.
I started hearing whispers about Thrawn's return as heir to the Empire.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.